Good morning, Primary 5. How are you? Let's take story, The Secret Garden. Okay, Chapter 5. Let's listen to the story.
Chapter 5. Dickon. Mary worked in the secret garden every day, and every day she saw more green shoots starting to come up through the soil. Sometimes she talked to Ben Weatherstaff, and one day she asked him about plants. "If you wanted to make a flower garden, what would you plant, Ben?" "I'd plant some bulbs," the old man replied. "Daffodils, crocuses and snowdrops. And I'd plant lots of roses." "Do you like roses?" "I do." "If a rose plant looks dry and grey, how can you tell if it's alive?" asked Mary. "You have to wait until spring. That's when the buds come out, if the plant is alive. Then the sun and the rain make it grow." Mary skipped along the path that led to the wood. As she went through the gate, she heard someone playing a pipe. She followed the sound and saw a boy sitting under a tree. A squirrel and 2 rabbits were watching him play. When he saw Mary, the boy held up his hand. "Stand still," he told her, "or you'll frighten them away." Mary stood still. "You must be Mary," said the boy. "I'm Dickon." He smiled. His eyes were round and as blue as the sky.
Just wait, let me explain what happened. Today we are going to meet Dickon, okay? And he's going to help Mary in the secret garden. Mary all the day and every day is asking about the secret garden and entering the secret garden, and she asks Ben how to plant the flowers and he is answering her. Then when she met Dickon, he will help her in some tools, and he will give her some tools as she wrote in the letter, okay, and he will help her in the secret garden. Let's continue.
"Did you get my letter?" Mary asked him. Dickon nodded. "Yes, I did," he said. He picked up a brown paper package and gave it to Mary. "Everything you want is in there." Mary sat down on a log and untied the string. Inside the package, she found a spade, a rake, a fork, a hoe, and a trowel. There were packets of seeds, too, with a picture of a flower on each one. The robin came to have a look. "I think he likes me," said Mary. Dickon listened carefully to the robin as he twittered and chirped. Then Dickon made a little chirping sound. "Yes, he does," he told Mary. "Can you talk to all the animals?" she asked. "I can. I've lived with them all my life." Dickon told Mary how to plant the seeds and how to water them. Then he said, "Where is your garden, Mary? If you take me there, I'll plant the seeds for you." Mary didn't reply. What could she say? "They've given you a bit of garden, haven't they?" "Can you keep a secret?" Mary asked. "Yes, I can," replied Dickon. "I'll tell you then. The garden isn't really mine. It isn't anybody's. No one wants it, and no one goes in, apart from me. I don't want it to die," she said sadly. "Can you show me where it is?" Dickon asked. She led Dickon to the ivy-covered door and put the key in the lock. Soon they were both standing in the secret garden. Dickon looked around in amazement. "What a strange, beautiful place," he gasped. Then he started to walk round the garden. He looked at everything. "I never thought I'd see this," he said. "Did you know about this garden?" asked Mary. "Martha told me there was a garden that no one went in. I used to wonder what it was like." He looked up at the grey branches. "There'll be lots of nests here this spring. It's a good place to build a nest. No one comes in, and the baby birds will be quite safe." "Will there be roses?" asked Mary. "Or are the plants all dead?" "Oh, no. Look at this." He showed Mary a green bud on one of the lower branches. They walked round the garden, and Dickon showed Mary which plants were alive. Then he showed her how to use her new tools. Dickon noticed a patch of earth which Mary had weeded. "I thought you didn't know anything about gardening," he said, and they both laughed. "Gardening must be good for me," said Mary. "I think I'm getting stronger." "Gardening is good for you," said Dickon. "I'll come and help you again tomorrow, and every day if you like. There's nothing I'd like better than to make this garden come alive." "Yes, please," said Mary. "I've got 5 friends now. You, your mother, Martha, Ben, and the robin." Then Dickon scratched his head. "I think someone else has been in here. Someone has cut back these plants." "But that's impossible," said Mary. "The garden was locked and the key was buried." Dickon took some bread and cheese from his pocket. "Now, Mary, I'm going to have my lunch, and you'd better go and have yours." "You won't tell anyone about the secret garden, will you?" said Mary. "No," said Dickon.
Now, after finishing our chapter, Mary now has 5 friends, and Dickon is one of them, and she's very happy now. And everyone is trying to help her in her questions and in her asking يعني. Okay, and she enjoys her time in the secret garden, and Dickon told her something strange, that someone has entered this garden these days. She told him that it was impossible. How come the garden is locked? How does someone can enter this garden? And we don't know now, and we are going to know the next chapter, next 5 chapters. Okay, let's read the summary. Chapter 5. Dickon. Mary worked every day in the secret garden. She talked to Ben about plants. She planted daffodils and roses. Mary walked along the path that led to the wood. She heard the sound of a pipe. A pipe is a kind of musical instrument. Okay? She saw a boy sitting under the tree. This boy was Dickon. He gave her a package. She found a spade, a rake, a fork, a hoe, a trowel, and seeds. These are tools for gardening. Mary took Dickon to the secret garden. He was amazed and excited. He taught her how to use the tools and plants. Mary liked gardening. Mary intended to make this garden alive again. She was very happy because she had 5 friends: Dickon, Martha, Martha's mother, Ben, and the Robin. They started to work in the secret garden. They here means Mary and Dickon. Let's take the answer the questions. Where did Where did Mary work every day? In the secret garden. Where did Mary work every day? In the secret garden. Number 2. What plants did Ben plant? What plants did Ben plant? Bulbs, daffodils, snowdrops, and roses. These are kind of flowers. Okay? Bulbs, daffodils, snowdrops, and roses. Number 3. Who did Mary hear through the garden's gate? Who did Mary hear through the garden's gate? She heard someone playing a pipe. She heard someone playing a pipe. Okay? I said that a pipe is a musical instrument. It's a musical instrument. Okay. What did Dickon give Mary? A brown paper package. A brown paper package. What did Dickon give Mary? A brown paper package. A brown paper package. Let's take the complete. Mary talked to who about the plants? Mary talked to Ben. Mary talked to Ben about the plants. Number 2. Mary skipped along the path that led to the wood. Wood means the forest, okay? Mary skipped along the path that led to the wood. Mary skipped along the path that led to the wood. Number 3. Deacon told Mary how to plant the seeds. Deacon told Mary how to plant the seeds. Number 4. Gardening must be good for Mary. Gardening must be good for Mary. Gardening must be good for Mary. Do you understand? Okay, I repeat to understand more and more and to study hard with me. Okay, now let's take the unanswered questions. Number 1. What did Deacon take out of his pocket? Or out from his pocket? We saw it at the end of the chapter. What did Deacon take out from his pocket? The answer is he got out some bread and some cheese. He got out some bread and some cheese. What did Deacon take out from his pocket? He got out or took out some bread and some cheese. Number 2. What did she find in the package? What did she find in the package? After me بقى. A spade, a rake, a trowel, a fork, a hoe, and seeds. A spade, a rake, a trowel, a fork, a hoe, and seeds. Do you understand? What did she find in the package? What did Mary find in the package? A spade, a rake, a trowel, a fork, a hoe, and the seeds. Number 3. What did Mary see through the gate? What did she see through the gate? Oh, who did? Sorry, I didn't see it well. Who did Mary see through the gate? Who did Mary see through the gate? Deacon, a squirrel, and 2 rabbits. Deacon, a squirrel, and 2 rabbits. Again, who did Mary see through the gate? Deacon, a squirrel, and 2 rabbits. Okay. Number 4. Who was the boy that she saw? Who was the boy that she saw? She saw Deacon. She saw Deacon. Who was the boy that she saw? She saw Deacon. Okay. Let's take the complete. Space and Space watched Deacon playing. What watched Deacon playing? A squirrel and 2 rabbits. A squirrel and 2 rabbits. A squirrel and 2 rabbits watched Deacon playing. A squirrel and 2 rabbits watched Deacon playing. Number 2. Mary led Deacon to the ivy covered door. Ivy covered door. I told you before that ivy is a kind of plant that grows over the wall, okay, and it covers the wall. So Mary led Deacon to the ivy covered wall. Ivy covered wall. IVY ivy. IVY ivy. Ivy covered door. Okay. Number 3. The garden was what? And the key was what? The garden was locked and the key was buried. The garden was locked and the key was buried. Buried means it was put under the ground. It was put under the ground. Okay? So the garden was locked and the key was buried. Number 4. Deacon took some A from his pocket, some bread and cheese. Deacon took out some bread and cheese from his pocket. Number 5, the last one. Deacon's eyes were round and as blue as the sky. Deacon's eyes were round and as blue as the sky. I hope you enjoyed listening to the chapter and you understood. Thank you. I hope you are okay. See you again. Bye bye.